welcome. We are here at Automate 2023, and we have some really cool stuff for you to look at. We have some really cool stuff for you to hear too. And my friend Carson is with us, and we're going to hear what's new. And we'll start with a brief look at ROEQ, but kind of some general market things too. So
yeah, sure.
This is all of a sudden a crowded market, and yet you're rising above it literally.
Yeah, it's kind of a good place to start because where we see a lot of crowd is the number of AMR producers is basically exploding.
It is.
And what we are seeing is a lot of AMR producers coming forward to us asking, "Hey, ROEQ, we see you do a lot of cool stuff. Could you do this solution for us?" And that tells me that we're in a really good spot here because the AMR producers they realize that making or transforming their AMR into an actual working tool, making it into a solution, that's not quite as simple as it might seem. But what ROEQ does is, so we take this AMR, we build on top of this, typically a top module, and what we got on display here is an example of that, a carb solution. So we have carb solutions, we have roller solutions, and we have lifter solutions.
Okay.
So all of these things that you put on top of the AMR, transforming it from just an AMR to an actual tool that comes in handy in all kinds of production areas and warehouse areas. Yeah.
It's really about flexibility because you're not telling them to change the AMR. You're just enhancing everything.
Yeah. So by putting something on top, top modules from ROEQ, for instance, you're not only enabling them to do stuff, you're also increasing what you can do with it. Right. Those carb systems here that we have on display today here, they are brilliant examples of. We have an LD250 robot. The 250 stating that you can put 250 kilos on top of the robot.
Wow, all right.
But with our solution here, which we call the TMC 500, top module cart 500, and the 500 numbers states that you could put 500 kilos on top. Yeah. So by taking this cart solution with this AMR, you actually double the payload for this AMR here.
Wow, and that's great because the needs don't change for that to be mobile, and yet if you're helping it, it's almost like when humans wear one of those exoskeleton suits, right?
Yeah, that's actually I like that image. I never thought of it that way, but yeah, that's true. Yeah. So that's one part of it. But also when you take on a carb solution, you enable one robot to actually transport any kinds of goods that you would put on top of a number of carbs. So we started out with a lot of AMR producers. They are emerging, or not emerging, they're all over the place. What you could say would be emerging is the MRE industry, the mobile robotic equipment. So that's how we describe ourselves. How do we describe ourselves? So we are a manufacturer of equipment, mobile robotic equipment.
Okay.
And the need for this mobile robotic equipment is just on the rise. Mm-hmm. As I said, we've been approached by quite a substantial amount of AMR producers.
Sure.
Because they come to realize that making the AMR do all kinds of different stuff, that's actually not as simple as it seems. So what we're doing at ROEQ is that we take on the AMR brands that we believe in, and the AMR brands that where we could have a good relationship, and we see the same way of going to market. So we establish a good connection and a good collaboration, and by doing so, we enable the AMR producer to get their AMRs with our MRE on top to market. What also is a big concern for ROEQ is the installation and setup of this solution consisting of the AMR and the MRE. So getting the configuration right, making sure that whoever is going to be the system integrator actually installing the solution on the factory floor. We hand out some tools for them in order for them to succeed. And with these tools, it's actually a setup tool. We call it ROEQ Assist. With this setup tool, we enable the system integrators to do the installation so that all of our knowledge we have put into this tool and it's at their fingertips.
Okay. Is that your distribution strategy then? It's through like system integrators?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great one. Yeah.
So the way we do it is actually we share the distributors and the system integrators that the AMR producers already have. So it's like you could say it's like a triangular cooperation with the AMR producers, the MRE being us, and the system integrator or the distributor.
Makes perfect
so
sense.
This triangle, it has to work, and there's got to be a good dialogue for the solution to end out at the factory floor as a success, you could say.
I would imagine there's a pretty good training course that they have to go through, right?
Yeah, and we have what we call ROEQ Academy. That's actually a really good point. So whenever we take on the dialogue with a system integrator or distributor, we are not finished by taking them on board until they've completed our technical training. And at the end of this technical training, there's a test. Once they pass this test, they become what we call ROEQ certified partners.
Oh, okay.
So that's a really good point you're making there, because for a system integrator to be able to successfully install these solutions at the end user, they need to know what they're doing, and we need to tell them. So,
well, it seems like I'm going to put another story to you.
sure.
But it seems like the AMRs are earning their money when they're moving, kind of like an airline once a plane's in the air. Get them the heck off of the runway.
That's exactly true. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but you guys earn money both in motion and not in motion.
Well, basically, what we want to see is the AMRs being successful out on the factory floor.
Yep.
And if the AMRs, if they are not successful with our equipment, then we do not have a business.
Right.
But you have a really good point of making the AMRs, make the most of the AMRs, and by taking on, like, let's say, carts, the cart solution. Yeah, I'm repeating myself, but then you enable them to, where you enable the AMR to keep moving and do stuff while our carts are being loaded or unloaded.
And I would guess too that if you really went down and figured it out and said what's the maximum optimization of this whole system, you might have a few more ROEQ units than you have AMRs, because a couple might be being unloaded and
Yeah, I mean, if you buy ROEQ units, cars, yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah.
So what we typically see is that we sell one cart solution, one cart top module, and it would go along with 5 to 10 carts.
Okay, right, all right.
Yeah. So that's another good point of yours.
Okay, good. All right. Since most of our audience, I mean, we have worldwide audience, but most of our audience is in North America and the U.S.
Yeah.
What can we expect in terms of this coming to a dealer near you? How far along are we in the penetration of the market?
Yes, that's another interesting question, because what we've seen so far is the AMR industry, the AMR technology. It was kind of new going 5 years back. Nowadays, the AMR, we see they are being very mature, and this is a really important feature for producers and manufacturers to take on this technology. What you want to see is no downtime, basically.
Right.
And that's another reason to look towards MRE producers like ROEQ, because that's also in our main concern. We want to do robust solution that makes the AMR work seamlessly and with your installation and with the environment that you want to take on or implement the AMR in.
Yeah, good.
high quality products, high quality installations, also the go-to-market, the sales process, also high quality. So this quality issue is very crucial.
Okay. And I have one last question.
Sure.
If I'm the guy who would like to buy one of these, what are the top 2 or 3 reasons for me to look at this?
If you look at the alternatives, that would be a really good answer to why you want to go and look towards us. Because if you want to take on board an AMR and start building on top of that, it might seem simple to make a top module do like this. But when you go down the road, you'll see lots of bumps on the road, and you'll end up with an end customer, an end user, being very frustrated because you, as a system integrator, would have been promising something that you cannot basically deliver.
Yeah.
So by taking on board finished solutions, you diminish the project risk. That's a very important factor. Another important factor that we haven't been touching upon until now is safety. How do you make a solution safe? What does it take? And you can ask, 10 people, you get different answers. What we do at ROEQ is that we relate to what's in the safety standards. So we look into what's in the machine directive. That's a European thing. But there you have guidelines towards, okay, what does it take for whatever solution to actually be considered safe?
Okay, that's a great point.
Yeah, and you asked for 2, safety, low risk, and a solution that works.
Yeah, all right. That's a basic one, right?
Yeah, you can say that.
All right. Carsten, thank you so much.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
enjoyed this. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
me
you.
too. Thank you.
Okay.